Hey everyone, this is the year in review reading for air signs, so that's Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. So this is just going to be a bit of a review for 2017, some experiences to take, some things to leave behind, and just an outlook on what 2018 should be like, some areas of strength for this year, and some areas that we should do a little extra work on. So, um, we'll get started right away. The overall energy for air signs for this year is, and I should say, these are all sun, moon, rising, all signs, sun, moon, rising. So this year was the King of Cups comes up for this year. It was a very generous, you could say it was a very full year, a very full of experiences, good or bad. Um, that's for you to evaluate. But overall, it was a very full year emotionally. It was a lot of it feels like a lot of you were personally moved by a number of experiences throughout the year. So some qualities. There's a lot of reversals for your air signs. So it feels like 2017 was the year, just a lot of movement, a lot of shifting, um, a lot of major changes, and that comes up right here in the Chariot reverse. It's describing like there was a lot of movement this year, and it feels like a lot of you learned how to just make the most of the process. You learn how to flow when it's time to flow, and you discover the value in simply just letting your will be your way, like following your heart, following your path. This seems like this is a year that this those qualities really hit home for you. And again, all these reversals, it feels like a lot of just a lot of movement and a lot of change. So moving from that, we also have the Eight of Staffs, which is rapid movement, which is this. Normally, when I do a year in review reading, it's these are each like separate experiences that these are good things that you should take with you. But this one is really speaking to me as a collective message instead of individual things to watch out for. So coming up reverse again, whenever I see multiple consecutive reverse cards, it's something I've always interpreted as a shift in energy. And so starting from, I'll start from my left to the right, and it's feeling like a lot of us really learned how to embrace movement, which comes up in the chart. Well, I should say a lot of you all. I'm not an air sign, but anyway, it feels like a lot of the air signs learned to really embrace movement. Eight of Staffs, rapid movement. So things changing very quickly, and you're fine with it. And then Ten of Coins. It feels like for a lot of you, the what you considered fulfillment, what you considered stability, peace, satisfaction, that changed. That changed. It it's been changing rapidly, and it's kind of guiding your movement. Like you're trying to you're trying to establish your physical peace. Like, what's your peace? What's your stability? What makes you feel safe? What brings you harmony? It's like a lot of you spent the last year having these concepts unearthed, and now this journey continues into the next year. So your evolving views on what's peace, what's prosperity, more rapid movement, more major movement. So 2018 is going to be a year of change because it's going to be, we've already pushed through the endings, we've pushed through the aftermath, and this is the time for new beginnings. So this is going to be a year full of rapid changes. And what I'm getting is part of why this experience comes up totally reversed is because it's also a reminder to find the value in the good experiences and the bad ones. Every emotion has value if you know where to look for the value. It could be something as simple as this hurts and I don't want to experience it anymore. What do I do to make sure I never experience this again? Or what do I do to make sure I don't put myself in a situation to experience this again? So this is going to be, it looks like 2018 is going to be a very full year, just going from this already. Um, so just be patient with yourself. And, your air signs, there's the winds of change are blowing. You guys are going to get blown around a lot. So going from that, there are some qualities you should make sure you leave in 2017. The first one we have is the Seven of Cups. And what's coming up here is like this is the dreamer card. You're dreaming on things, and you're thinking that okay, I want this, but are you really looking at the entirety of the experience, or are you just looking at the face of something and thinking you want that? So remember, your dreams are. It's easy to manifest. This is change. This is change season. So make sure you're a bit more guided in your efforts when it comes to manifesting your desires. Make sure you're familiar with the ins and outs of everything. Because if something quite very literally comes to you the way you sought it out and you're not happy, well, that's going to be on you. So this is your message to focus on exactly what you want, how you want it. So I've done meditations, for and what comes up is for this year, being decisive is what you need to do. Being decisive and not willing to don't compromise on the things that you want. That's plain and simple. If it's something you want and you know exactly how you want it, and you know the ins and outs and everything, don't compromise on that. Don't take less. Don't entertain the possibility of taking less. You put the work in. Reward yourself. Don't compromise. If it's something that really matters to you and you know you want that or better, don't compromise. What you're looking for is out there. So again, don't compromise. So that digression aside, again, make sure you're very aware of the ins and outs of everything you're trying to manifest. And then we have the King of Coins reverse. And what this feels like is faking it till you make it. If you this embrace your range, learn how to embrace your range in 2018. Don't don't try to fake it till you make it, because it's not necessary. And so much has come down over the last 2 years because it was built on facades and fake shit, and people just trying to hide the truth, run from the truth. So many things built on those premises, on those intentions. All that stuff just finished coming down. So why would you want to start that again when you know where it's going to take you? So again, just being genuine. Be genuine. Live within your means. And be willing to learn. If it's something you want to master, be willing to learn. Don't let your ego deprive you of physical value. And we also have the Three of Staffs reverse. And what's coming up here is all this change going around, and it feels like you guys have been led to crossroads multiple times. Crossroads for in the road, just a point where you need to make a decision and you weren't able to, and you just kind of let yourself just go wherever your indecision takes you. And sometimes it doesn't take you anywhere. Sometimes it takes you someplace you probably shouldn't have gone. But what's coming up here is just to make a point of just being so stop letting your indecisiveness put you in bad situations. Um, the overall energy for 2017 was the King of Cups, and the Cups are a very feeling, intuitive suit. And so what's coming up here is leave this indecisiveness behind. Learn how to let your heart guide you. Learn how to let your intuition guide you. So with that, let's go into what comes up for 2018. So, Okay, so as I was mentioning before, when we were reviewing 2017, is that this is going to be a year of continued change, and so what's coming up is that just the need to with be patient with the changes, be patient with the information you get, because you need to make sure you're getting the full picture. You're seeing everything that's going on before you make decisions, because this Knight of Swords reversed is coming up as this is going to be a year where you may have issues with receiving messages properly. Something you need might not come through to you. It might be blocked. You might struggle with communication. I notice I'm having some issues like coming up with words here, and it feels like that's the feeling. It feels like you're going to need to watch out for this. Your communication, because these thoughts, this information, it's coming very quickly, and it's not coming in its entirety all the time. So you have to learn how to be patient. This is going to be a year to really start working with your intuition. If you don't feel you're very intuitive, if you feel your instincts suck, this is going to be really a great year for you to learn how to work within your intuition, because there are going to be a lot of opportunities coming up where you're challenged to rely on that feeling to get through. So, unsurprisingly, an area of strength for you guys this year is going to be the Ace of Staffs, and this is an inspiration to create something new, to go on, to get out and do something new and meaningful to you. This is a lot of fire energy, so the desire to create, and this doesn't matter. Like, even if you're creative, if you're not, this is just a matter of creating experiences, creating things. Uh, Creating new relationships, career opportunities, what have you. This is going to be a great year for creation, which again should not be surprising because it's going to be a year for change. What comes up here also is the Sun reversed, and the Sun is a very optimistic card. It's it's newness, it's abundance, it's growth, it's simplicity, purity. It's what you want to see to start the year off. It feels like what'll be another area of strength for you here, air signs in 2018, is going to be making the most of bad situations. Because even when the sun is reversed, it's just a matter of perception and not reality. The sun coming up reversed means you're simply not seeing things as clearly as you should, and you're going to be especially gifted in this area of learning to see things as you should, of learning where to find the value in experiences that are seemingly negative, and that's going to be that's going to spurn a lot of momentum for you. Another area of strength is coming up here in the Five of Cups, and typically the Five of Cups is a matter of being paralyzed over what you've lost instead of acknowledging what remains. And if you notice this card, you can see that the person in the card is actually focused on the two cups that are standing and not the three cups that are spilled. So again, going back to the sun, it's going to be a very good year for you to learn how to release what's been lost and make the most of what's left. And that comes with change again. So this is going to be a big year for change for you guys. So this shouldn't be super surprising. But yeah, overall, it does seem like you guys are going to be very good at making the most out of less than ideal situations. So you need to keep that mindset going throughout the year, because again, with this Knight of Swords reversed, this is going to be the year where your patience will be tried. And even that is an opportunity for improvement, because you're going to get to build out your intuition. So with that said, there are a few areas of concern that you should work on. The Two of Staffs is coming up reversed. Is a sign of indecision. So again, you want to work on that indecision this year. This came up last year, and it looks like it's going to follow some of you this year. And Again, this is again, I can't help but to keep going back to, this is going to be a great year for people who are intuitive, for people who want to build their intuition and work on it, because the the choices are fewer now, and it's going to be easier to listen to your intuition and figure out what resonates, so you can go along on your path. So that's going to be an area to work on. You're going to have many opportunities to work on it. So even if you're slipping up a bit just to start the year off, don't worry about it, because it's going to come back again and again and again. And you're going to be able to do some real good with that. Another area comes up here is the Nine of Staffs reverse. And what just came to me on this one is just thinking things are over, thinking you don't have it left, slowing down to prepare for defeat. So this is like there's going to be a lot going on, and again, this is again another moment, another chance for you to really work on that intuition, because you're going to need to feel your way through situations this year, and sometimes it's going to feel like something is hopeless when really there's hope. And once you shut out the outside noise and really tune in, you can hear that, you can feel it. So knowing, recognizing your limitations as well, knowing when you should push through, knowing when you should take a rest, knowing when you should walk away altogether. So that's an area to work on. Another one, pretty simple, I don't think it's very surprising for air signs either, is the Page of Cups. Page of Cups comes up here, and it's, make sure you're not letting your fantasies carry you away. Make sure you're not. This is a year for new beginnings, and I'm going to keep saying that because I want you people to burn it into your minds. And, this is a year to make shit happen. You don't have to retreat into dream world like you're used to doing to find some peace. You can create that peace. So make sure you're keeping that energy about you. You don't have to escape to that place when you can create it. So work on that. Work on using your dreams to be the engine for change that they can be. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much, that's all I have for you guys for now. For anyone who's interested in a bit more information, anyone who would like a year in review reading, anyone who would like any other services, or to reach out, my information will be below. And as always, have a great day, have a great week, month, year. Live well, love yourselves. Take care. Bye.